What's up, YouTubers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. This week in comic books, things weren't really like just jumping off. There weren't like tons of books that I felt like I just had to read. There were a couple that came across my pull box that I just had to jump on. One of them being Thor #1. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Oh my god, so tired of the big two. They keep relaunching books. Marvel especially been relaunching books. Had all these #1s come out. And I've tried to read some of them. Some of them I did, some of them I didn't, just depended on whether or not I actually like the characters that are involved in these relaunches, but for the most part, I actually thought they were okay. In some cases, some were better than I even expected. But before we get started, if this is your first time checking out my channel and you want to see more awesome videos like this one, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click, click. For those of you who aren't aware, they just recently killed off Thor with an asterisk. That's something I'm not going to get into in this video because it would just drag the whole thing out. What you need to know is that Thor has returned, but minus Mjolnir, the mighty hammer that Thor has always had. The reasons for this I'll get into at another time, but you just need to know he's tasked the dwarves of Nidavellir to forge these hammers for him to try and find the right one. Problem is that his hammers, he just keeps breaking them. Well, rather, the faces of the people he's hitting are breaking them. He winds up facing the Juggernaut. And this is a Juggernaut who is not playing around. Juggernaut is giving absolutely positively no fucks in this fight. And you can see moments where Thor has legitimate fear in his eyes, knowing that he's fighting a Juggernaut that is kind of gone off the deep end. The juggler don't care. But fortunately for Thor, he is able to beat the juggler. Meanwhile, things are a mess in the realms as a result of the defeat of the Mangog. Malekith the Accursed waging open war across the 10 realms. Thor has been collecting random artifacts lost during the Mangog's attack on Asgardia. Now that it's been blown to shit and back, everyone who lived on Asgardia are now forced to become refugees in Midgard. Odin and Freya are no longer on speaking terms, both preferring to stay away from one another, and Loki is on Thor's shit list. And for good reason. He damn near got Thor's mother Freya killed. Speaking of, Loki is hanging around waiting for Thor on his boat to rope him into another grand scheme. One, Thor is no longer a mark enough to fall for. Loki wants Thor to fight Malekith and stop him from ravaging all the realms, something Thor isn't against helping with, but with Loki there's always a catch. Fortunately, Thor's learned his lessons over the years and drags Loki with him as he, Thori, and Tooth Gnasher were being forcefully teleported away to Hell. Just in time to find Scourge the Executioner and Thor's own brother, Balder the Brave, wearing Hela's headdress as he is now the one true king of Hell. All in all, a lot of good stuff going on in this book, but that's not the real reason I brought you here. Those familiar with the earlier part of Jason Aaron's run on Thor, particularly the story arcs of the God Butcher and the God Bomb, will remember the All-Father Thor of the future, one-eyed and wizened, as well as his granddaughters, Ellie, Atli, and Frigg, the goddesses of thunder. We find them eons from now doing aimless-looking tasks, but things take a weird turn when Thor hears a prayer calling out to him. Jane, a woman it's safe to assume isn't the actual Jane Foster, but a woman made in her image by Thor after he became the all-powerful All-Father, and a woman he considered to be the All-Mother of New Earth as she passes away after almost 300 years of life, leaving him little time to mourn. Mjolnir warns Thor something powerful lies beyond the far reaches of space and at the end of time. And when Thor races out there to find out what it is, he finds the Phoenix Force, something that Odin has had a long history with, attached to Wolverine as its host. This is some craziness right here because you gotta remember, in just the last year, we've seen a future where Tony Stark is Sorcerer Supreme. Black Panther has killed most every major enemy and player in the Marvel Universe. Frank Castle is the Cosmic Ghost Rider, more on him later. Thanos has won, and Wolverine is now the Phoenix. It's really insane to consider some of this because you gotta remember that with Wolverine, they're doing this new thing with him that when he comes back, they added a new power set to him, and a part of me first thought, maybe this is something to do with that, because now when he unleashes his claws, something that is somehow a side effect of his returning back from the dead, they now ignite and burn with flames for a little bit once he first pops them. And this led me to wonder if maybe that's how Wolverine actually came back. Was it the Phoenix Force? But that theory has been debunked, as the writers of The Return of Wolverine have already said that it's only the claws, not his bones, no other part of his body. But hey, you never know. Now the question is, how and why did they do such a thing? And more importantly, how the hell did Wolverine get the Phoenix Force? I know, right? You clicked on this video thinking we're going to talk about Thor, and at the end of it, you find some Wolverine. But anyways, let me know what you all think about Wolverine being the host of the Phoenix Force. And what did you think about seeing the return of the mighty Thor? Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, Hulk smash that like button. And if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you click subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers, and tap the bell so you know when I post up. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Plus Ultra!